Consistency isn't exciting. It's exhausting. Same work, same effort. No applause. Most quit when results stay silent. But pressure builds in private. And one day, the ones who stay consistent become impossible to stop.
So hello everyone, welcome to my new video. So in this video we are going to create this reel. So in this reel we are going to create 5 to 6 frames, and first we will create the frame, the composition, and then we will animate each and every assets. For this video, first, third and fourth frame is the most important, and I have revealed so many things on that portion. So without further ado, let's jump into the Premiere Pro. I have the 2023 version. Now let's make a sequence of 1080 and 1920 resolution, and name is as consistency. And let's import all of the assets that I have, and I also provide the assets in the link so you can check out my description for the assets. So here are all the assets that I have. You can check, and let's make this first frame. So for that, I'm gonna use this paper image. No, not this one. Scale it up, and then bring this skeleton here. So as usual, I will always do the composition first. For the depth, I will add a drop shadow here. Let's change the direction, the distance. I usually keep distance like 15 to 20, or sometimes maybe 10. So it may be 10 to 20. I keep the value. And then direction, maybe direction is good. The softness, a little bit more, because the more softness you have, the more it will look more premium. And let's increase the opacity a bit more. I think 90 is good, and at the distance 25. Okay. I think in this case, if I bring the distance or increase the distance some more, I think it will look more natural. Usually I kept 10 to 20, but it differs like in various cases. So in this case, I think this looks pretty well. And let's make the softness a bit more. Yeah. So this looks good. And then I will add the flowers. So here are the flowers, and it has a bit movement. You can see here, it has a bit movement. So let's add this here, and another one is here, but I will flip it. So let's add the flip effect, horizontal flip, and do it here. Okay, I have added the flowers. Now add Gaussian blur to each of them, and let's increase the blur 40, and this one, let's say 30 or 60. Okay. Also, I will add drop shadow here as well. So drop shadow, bring the distance more like this. And also same thing, I will copy here and paste it here. So it will add the drop shadow manually. And I think I need to change the direction because the light is coming through here. Okay. So I need to change the direction. So this is the direction, the drop shadow, and same like was direction to 18. So I will keep the direction same here as well. So something like this. And I will add the text here, but first I need the two chains here. So let's bring the chains. So this is the first chain, something like this. Rotate this one and bring it here. Also, and to duplicate this layer by pressing Alt and rotate this, something like this, and bring it here. Let's add the Gaussian blur here as well. Gaussian blur. So here is one, and the same thing here. Make it more less blur. And this one, let's say 15. And I need to add the depth because, you know, if I wouldn't add the depth, then it will not looks good. So what will I do? I will make the front chain a bit more blurriness because I need to focus on this field. So maybe the closer to our eyes, the more blurred will look, and the distance from the eye or from the frame will look more focused, and the close one are defocused. So I want to do this defocused. So I make a little more blur here and make this less blur so that our eye can look through this and focus only on this part. So let's decrease this a bit more. Okay. And in the lumetri color, let's decrease the exposure of this one, and we can increase this chin. Okay. A little bit more exposure. Good. And for this skeleton, I will make the contrast a bit more so it will pop up an exposure a little bit, decrease the shadows, and okay, it looks good for now. And make it more bigger. I guess 150. No, 140 is good. Okay, so let's add the text. Go to text type tool and click here. Let's say consistency. So this is one part, and the another one is the second layer. Okay, I need to decrease the scale of the flowers as well because I think otherwise I will not get the ample position or space for my text. All right, now let's do this Helvetica, one of my favorite font, Helvetica. And I guess so many video editors will agree with me that Helvetica is one of the best font that they are using. And let's decrease the tracking. I always keep like 40 to 60 or maybe 70 sometime the tracking, especially for Helvetica. And let's make it linear gradient, and let's add black, and let's say white a bit. How about if we can add this color to match the vibe? Then it says exciting. So here's the consistency isn't now exciting. So let's add another layer and it say exciting, more bigger, and let's add Morganite font. I want this text longer. So I need longer text, or I can use like Babus. Yeah, Babus. Or once I have GT Podium, I think this will also works. Yeah, I think this looks good. Or maybe Forever Freedom. What do you think? Which one? Forever Freedom? Okay, let's go with this. All right. Okay. I'm a bit choosy when it comes to font style. So it takes so much time to choose like what font will work best for this kind of reel. So yeah, now I will bring this exciting behind this layer. So this is the layer and I will bring this down here. Okay, this looks amazing, and let's do one thing. Let's give the vibe of this color here. So let's do this like this one. Let's add this color. Okay, and let's make this black and white, not any other color, because I want to highlight this one and something like this. Okay, make it bigger and bring it here. Let's decrease the size of this flower as well. Much better. Okay, let's decrease. So our first frame is complete. Now let's move on to the second frame. I will add the, motion later, but first I will do the composition. So now let's take next layer. So here is the layer of the Pink Panther, and then let's add the panther here. Oh wow, it's looking really nice. And then like something like this, and add a drop shadow. Just how I add like here. So what I can do, I can even copy this drop shadow from here and paste it here. Paste this shadow here. So it will give a good depth, and then just add the text. So it's exhausting. So let's copy this one, this exciting text here. It's exhausting. So I will make exhausting in this color, increase the tracker. Like here, it will come up here, and let's bring it back. And then I will change the color. So make it white, and let's take this color, or maybe like this. And yeah, this looks good. Then I can increase the size of the text, something like this, or bring it here. Okay, something like this, and bring the panther a bit upward, like here, and bring this one also here. Okay, now it visible, exhausting, and let's add another text. It's now bring it here and change the font. One of my script font that I like is Ashton. So this one, let's make the I bigger. I mean in capital letter, and then bring it down here. And let's, okay, I don't think that it will work. Let's say Alex Brush. Yeah, Alex Brush looks good. And let's add shadows so that can pop it up. Distance maybe 10. No, I think 5 will be good. And let's do this black, and softness will be 60, and the distance will be more closer. Okay. So it's like it's floating on this text. So let's change the color, make it white, but I will not make a fully white. Something like this, and this is white. Okay, this one. So our second frame is also completed, and I will add the motion later. Now the best frame for me is this one. Okay, so let's first we will do the composition, and then we will, as usual. So now the third part, as I said in the beginning, is quite complex, and let's focus on this third one. Okay, first we add this background. Okay, now take pen tool and make a rope, something like this, and uncheck the fill and check the stroke. So it will looks like this. Let's make it center, and decrease this by 2. Now let's add the page. So this is the page. Scale it down, rotate. Now make another one. Now duplicate this layer as well, and bring it here. Now let's add the clips. Now let's add the emojis. Now let's add the text here. As you can see, in the edit. So I will add the text here and add another text here, and this same thing I will add here and make it blur. Okay, so let's add the text. Let's just stretch a bit. Now here it says same work, so let's add the text here, same work. So here's the shadow. Let's remove the shadow and make it black totally. Now here I will add only solid and add black, not black totally. Let's add like 3C3C3C. So let's resize this, and I will write down all the text here. So I'm making this fast forward. Now I will duplicate only these layers. I will make all of these duplicate. I will duplicate these layers, add this layer as well. So let's nest this layer, consist, and bring this layer here, bring this down. Let's bigger this one and blur this layer bit up and make them blur, Gaussian blur. So increase the blurriness, something like 15, and scale it up. Okay, and now added a spotlight. Okay, so for spotlight, what will I do? First I will take a color matte and make it white, bring it up here. Okay, and no, better if I take black. Okay, now I will mask, give it a mask. So I will take a pen mask and then make it shorter, and let's do something like this. Yes, and then invert the mask and increase the feather, not opacity, feather. Increase the feather, something like this, and you can see that it will gradually make this like this kind of spotlight effect. Okay, so this is the spotlight. Okay, so the third frame, so this is the first frame, second frame, third frame, and now let's move on to the fourth frame. Let's take this background again here and go to assets and take this. Okay, okay, not this background. I think this looks more better. Good. Let's add pen tool, the shapes, something like this, and make it not fill, make it black. Also, take it 3. No, I think 2. Very good. Okay. Same, I will duplicate this layer and let's rotate this, something like this again, and rotate something like this. Okay, now let's rename this so that we can easily recognize the time. Now bring it up here so that it all gone in the back, and I only take this one in front of it. Okay, and the rest are on the black. Then the text result stay silent. Okay, I will duplicate this layer and bring it here, make this up, bring this behind it, result stay now silent. Okay, okay, so something like this. Maybe I can bring it here or make this more small, and let's duplicate this layer here and also here. All right, and bring this opacity down let's say 50 or 80, and this one, let's say 30. Yep, or 40. Yep. And also I will add drop shadow here as well on the time. So let's take this drop shadow of this one. So this is, let's rename this because don't need to like go through each layer. Okay, and copy this drop shadow. So how I am copying the drop shadow? So just I'm going to this layer and select this drop shadow and Control C to copy, and go to the layer that I am pasting the same effect. So I go to the time layer and just Control V, so the drop shadow will apply here as well. So you can see the how much the depth has increased when I add the drop shadow here. Okay, not unnecessary I am using the drop shadow because so many of the new editors are using drop shadows unnecessarily, and that makes your video look so cheap. Okay, so don't use drop shadow unnecessarily, use drop shadow when it needed. Okay, so our fourth frame is also completed. Now let's move on to the fifth frame. So let's take the first background, this one, and add the panda here. Now let's do this something like this. Add drop shadow. Add drop shadow here. Maybe more distance and more softness. All right. And impossible to stop will be the text. This one, I will add this text presets. So to stop and make this black, bold. So we have make all of our frames here, and now it's time to animate. Okay. So already I have one animation and there is another one. So let's do the animation. So first I will make the animation like it will pop up from here, and then we also need the pop up from this side and this one also. So let's add the animation first here. So I have some pre-made animations that I have, and I have also show you this animation and to add the presets in this video. So please do check the video after this video, and let's add the animation to make the editing process faster. So I'm not doing from the scratch. So this one comes from here, and this one is comes to like this. Okay, and also the skull also coming from the bottom. So text from the bottom, so something like this. And so for the chains, what I will do, I will add the position here. Okay, and let's add, remove this one, something like this. Okay, so it's something like this. Okay, and the same way I will make the position, so something like this and like this. Okay, so keep it same. So I need only like something like this. Okay, and maybe a bit, little bit up. So something like this. So you can see that how it will move. Something like this. It's moving. So let's do this one, and I will not smoothen this up because I don't need this. Okay. So something like this, and almost our first frame looks good. Okay, also I will need to animate this too, but you can also skip this layer, this part, because I don't need anymore, because already 3 to 4 elements are already moving. So let's animate this, so it will come up same way. I will take this one, the flower, this one, so like this, and also this one, something like this. Okay, so something like this, it is moving. And now let's take an adjustment here, and let's add effect transform. So add transform effect here, And now the most exciting part, I will use the transform to animate the whole frame. Okay, so what will I do first? I will scale it a bit more, something like 105. So let's scale it up. Now let's take 1 2 3. 3 into 5 is equal to 15 frame. And let's scale it up, scale it more, 130. And let's ease in and ease out, and bring this one here, and do something like this. So it will something like look like this. Let's take the playhead here, then like here, then I will go 10 frame after. Okay, let's take a scale here, and again 10 frame before. Okay, let's take a keyframe here as well. So I will, and in the middle I will scale it up like 120. Okay, so this is the best part. And let's bring the curve here and make it like this, and then bring the curve here and make it like this. Okay, so you can see something like this. Okay, it's a bit jumpy. Okay, I don't need that. All right. Okay, I will add the Gaussian blur. All right, and then next 10, here's 0. So it will look something like this. So here it is going blur, maybe a bit more, something like this. All right, and then I will add the animation in this. Let's also add animation here. So text animation from bottom. All right, let's not add decrease the opacity. I don't like that. From 100, so something like this. Okay, maybe a bit down I can make like this, something like this. Okay, and animate the text. All right, so our two frame is already animated. Yeah, now let's bring here, come up here, and this is the part that we have to check, that this is the one of the most complex thing. Here I will add another adjustment layer. Let's go to assets and let's take the adjustment layer and bring the transform layer. So here is the transform layer, and so here's the transform. First we will uncheck this box, and shutter angle I will do 180. Now it is moving something like this. So let's do, I will change the color of the label. Let's say, because I am going to work the full thing of this frame controlling with the adjustment layer. Okay, so let's make it a bit bigger and make it, bring it here. All right. Okay, one thing I will not, I'll make it here, but I'll make the color matte here. Okay, and for the adjustment layer I will make it more bigger. Adjustment layer, scale, position, something like this. Okay, and let's animate. So here I will animate this one, same work, and let's take this one. So same work, something like this. You can see something like this. It doesn't bother so much, so it's okay, it's okay. And then with the adjustment, let's take this one, here and bring it here. Okay. Now let's add this one here from the bottom. Okay. Uh, but I will make this smooth. Okay. All right. And something like this and something like that. Now let's take another position, something like this as well. Now let's take this one and this one. Okay, I think this is a bit fast. Okay, so let's take this and something like this and this. Also this and this. So now as you can see, something like this. Yeah, great. Okay, and let's take this one as adjustment layer and make it a bit closer because I want to keep stay this. Next, first I will add transform effect. Okay, transform effect. So bring again, uncheck this one. Shutter angle will 180, and let's add the keyframe with the position and the rotation. Okay, this is the last keyframe, and the position will be from here, and rotation like something like this. And then we will ease in and ease out. All right, and then just we will take this one here and I'll slightly like this. Also here and slightly like this. So it will something looks like this. All right. Maybe let's take a bit more spacious like this, and it will make the animation slower. Yes. And then let's take this one. Okay. The effect maybe something like this one. Okay. So it will come up like this. And let's take the silent this first, then okay, add these presets like the three of them and 1 2 3. Let's keep this after 3 frames, so it will animate something like this. Okay, so this, let's take the opacity like 80. Okay, of this opacity 40, and for this opacity let's take 70. Okay, why the opacity? Okay, there is two keyframes. Sorry, there are two keyframes. So let's take it here and make it 40. Again, for this one, let's make it 80. Now, all right. And then animate the ribbons. Now, let's animate this one, this one. Okay. For this, I will take linear wipe. Okay. For this one. And let's take keyframe, and so it will animate something like this. Okay. And the angle will be minus 90. So I want like this. Okay, only just ease in and ease out and nothing else I will do. And same thing I will go for this ribbon and for this ribbon. Only I will change the wipe angle. For this I will go for 90. So let's see. Okay. Yeah, I like this one. So this frame is also done. Now comes to the last part. Okay. And for this, I will take this one, text animation. This is a thing that it's not text animation only. You can use these on any assets. Okay, it's maybe a PNGs, maybe a photo, maybe any other thing. You can apply these presets if you make once, and you can make a 100 times, and it will make your video so much fast. Okay, as you can see that for this video I take only like 1.5 hours only. So this is the thing. And yeah, you made the presets, and you can generate whatever you can. Okay, so let's add this here. Okay, and let's take this a bit later, and I will change a bit. I'll change the position and also the opacity, maybe from 50. Okay, so something like this. And let's make it more slow. All right. And let's take this one. All right. So this our animation has done. So you can check. Also here, I will take another adjustment here and take transform effect. And the transform effect here. The same process for this, like because here you can see that there is a pause. Of the frame. So I don't like the pause. So go to transform effect, go to scale, and I want the scale here. And let's bring something like this. Ease in and ease out. Maybe like this and this. And here take the Gaussian blur as well. Gaussian blur. And the blur will be here 0. And okay, something like this. And I will make the position something like this so that it can match the movement for the next frame. You can see that what I am doing. So let's check this one. Yeah. So this is the thing that I want. Yes. So it takes a bit little movement and then it is coming. So I match the flow, okay, so that I can connect with the next frame. Okay, I think a bit faster it need. All right. Okay. So something like this, and then will come. Or I can make this also like for this. Okay, let's take another keyframe here, and let's bring it up something like this, and then bring it here. Now you can see like this. Okay, so this is also matched. Okay, I think this is a bit faster. Okay, now this is slow. Okay, now it's match the same pace. Okay, so if you like the video, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. And if you haven't seen how I take the ideations and make the compositions, all of the thing in detail, you can check this video that I have created. And if you can watch my portfolio, you can go to my Instagram page and you can give me a follow button, and I upload so many assets there as well. So keep checking my Instagram page as well. Yeah, so all the best and keep learning. Thank you.